Just incredible!
Just incredible, man.
Just incredible. Run the thing, eh? Run it!
I love it. All right, yo, it's the Just Incredible Podcast Live. We are here in Los Angeles. We've made our way to the Inland Empire today.
Facts.
Yeah, my guy Price is here, man. But this guy been putting in so much work for so many years.
Man.
He is the West Coast, man.
I appreciate that, King.
Really, for sure, man.
Definitely.
The type of energy you always bring to the records, to your freestyles, to your interviews.
Yeah.
You know, following you on Instagram, you get a lot more than you get the knowledge, you know what I'm
Yes,
saying,
sir.
the lifestyle.
Yeah.
And I just always appreciated that, man. And I'm glad that we're having a chance to sit down today and talk.
Facts. Come on, man.
My boy.
You already know what you mean to me, and it's the culture, period. Shout out to my brother Milk as well, but I can't thank you enough. And when you say, like, the West, I do feel like if the West is a whole body, because that's what it is, you know, I'm definitely something. Now, whether I'm a finger or,
Yeah, no doubt.
you know, elbow,
For sure.
I like to believe that, and I like to just stand on that. man.
Absolutely.
So
No, I mean,
appreciate
yeah,
it.
you've been in many rooms. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? You've been a part of many projects. You've been a part of some of your favorite artists'
Facts.
favorite songs.
Yeah, facts.
He's definitely been in. I've seen him in both rooms working and just, you know, soaking up game and knowledge.
Yeah.
Always like a nice energy bolt
Facts.
to the room,
I
man.
appreciate it, bro.
What's your process when you get in that booth, man?
Man, it depends. But lately, and actually since I want to say since like last year, you know, I always prided myself on kind of like writing, and but lately I have not been writing like on the whole process, like
Yeah.
the Wayne, like when Wayne got out all them 500 songs that was all on paper, and then he just started, you know, I guess they call it punching or whatever, but yeah, that allows me to really just be free.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize that. So now I go to the studio, I'm knocking out 6-7 records at a
Cooking.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah, like people, all my homies from Mars, Mike and Keys, 1500, Hit Boy, whoever, they be like going up because I'm coming in there and I'm blitzing. It's all quality and I'm getting on. Yeah. So I think it's just the sword being sharp, you know what I mean? And just having enough shots put up to where I feel just confident to just be free.
Elevation. I will say that's a word that comes to mind with you, man.
Man.
Elevation. Every time I see your journey, and we talked a little bit off the air of the, you know, how the moments could get frustrating at times.
Facts.
But it's funny because I kind of do sit back and I have a little like proud smirk on my face when I see the work you're putting in.
Thank you, brother.
Because everybody says great things about you.
Yeah, man.
Everyone. And that's a testament to you, your work ethic,
Yeah.
your spirit.
I appreciate that.
You know what I mean? So just really proud to see how far the journey has come.
Yeah.
And I feel like you're just getting warmed up.
Bro, I can't stress. You know, people, you hear it all the time, and especially now for me, because obviously, like, I'm a new artist within my solo journey, but I'm 1,000,000% just getting cracking.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, literally, and which is always so inspiring to me. And I'm a firm believer in, like, you don't lose unless you quit.
Right.
You know, you can't lose the race. You can't fail unless you quit.
That's right.
And so for me and Hit Boy talk about it all the time, you know, like, I didn't always have a delivery that I liked. I didn't always, you know, I didn't always have all these things that came just so natural. So I had to work. I had to be in the gym when, like, my counterparts or different people around me just naturally had the voice, naturally had the flow, et cetera, et cetera. I had to go into the hyperbolic time chamber and really put that work in, you know what I mean? And so for me, and I'm always just continuing to want to get greater.
Yeah.
So,
I see that.
Yeah, I know I'm only just getting cracking, you know, as far as from the production to the writing, whether it's R&B, rap, and even just on the business level, you know? Yeah.
No Sleep in the City project going crazy. 13 songs on that piece, man.
Man, shout out to all the homies. That's like the first project, and that is just like hella feature.
Yeah, you got some heavy ones on there, man.
Yeah, and I prided myself on really putting all West Coast artists. Jay Worthy, shout out to my boy Jay Worthy. Perico,
RJ's on the project, Perico.
RJ, Spank Nitty.
Spank Nitty, my guy.
Yeah, True Car. I really wanted all the West Coast homies on this one because I do so much. I got records with Boss, Wyclef, Coda, just all type of different
Everyone.
artists.
Dom,
yeah.
Nip, everyone.
You know, so it's like, but I really wanted to
Wyclef is crazy.
stand, huh?
Wyclef, you said?
Yeah,
That's crazy.
That's my big homie, man. Shout out to Clef, man. He's incredible and life changing. You know, and people thought I was signing him for a while. We had the same manager. Shout out to Madeline Nelson and them as well. But Clef was just giving me that real big homie energy, cosign energy vibe. That's it. You know, he ain't want nothing. Don't every record he done been on for me, he don't even care. I can hit him right now. He gonna send a verse. Like Clef is incredible. And the best freestyler.
Oh, he goes crazy on the freestyle.
I know.
Off top, too.
Literally all off top, because he calls it, like, he taught me a different format of freestyle, which is like scatting. You know how like musicians scat? That's how he freestyles and takes the free from this style. And if you have enough style to be free, then you'll do it for a long while. And it's nothing that takes any time to lay it down on tile. Tile meaning the floor, floor meaning the store. Like, it's crazy.
Crazy.
You know, so
sir.
it helped me, like, okay, you know, so shout out to Clef for sure.
Yeah, no doubt, man. Foo is the song featuring Sage the Gemini.
Yeah.
I know you're excited to get this record out.
Man, facts. So, bro, like, I created a campaign for myself called the Sagging and Bragging campaign.
Talk to us about that.
Yeah, which is just like sagging and bragging to me means you movement. It's constant movement. It's constant elevating movement. And we sagging and bragging, and we doing it all at the same time. So I'm dropping a lot of albums this year, and every month that I don't drop an album, I'm dropping a single. That has nothing to do with the album. So Foo is a standalone single. It's not gonna ever be on no album or nothing. I just want to stay consistent and in people's faces, and my bank account and my fans will tell me when it's time to chill out. You know what I mean? Till then, bro, I'm foot on the gas. I want to build my catalog. I want people to really know my story. And the best way to do that, other than interviews and stuff like this, is through the music.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You said your 12-year-old self will be proud, man.
Extremely, man.
I bet.
Yeah, my 12-year-old Lil Larry. We brought you in the care package. I got a book. My book.
I saw that. Thank you.
Generational Cures, which is a book series that I created to write about all my different family members. But I had to be the first one, the guinea pig of it. So the first one is Generational Cures, Little Larry, and Lil Larry is 1,000,000% proud. Like, if I stop today, he loves in everything I got going. You know what I'm saying? That's why, like, people, all my, you know, I got peers that be like, that's not into like jewelry and things like that, which is perfectly fine. But like, to me as a kid, that's what made you a rapper. On top of the fact I love jewelry and nice things, but as a child, like, I seen Rockefeller, I seen all my favorite rappers, and like, a part of what made them like stamp them as a real rapper is like having a nice piece. You feel me? So it's small like material things like that, then transition into like being in rooms with Drake and being in rooms with, like, you know, just the greats, Travis and Mariah Carey, Hit Boy, whoever, like some of the greatest that respect my input and pen and all that.
Absolutely.
Yo, you said you love the jewelry. Do you have a favorite piece, like, from one of the labels? Did you have a favorite one, whether it was Rockefeller or G-Unit with the little spinner?
They probably for sure. If it ain't G-Unit, it would be definitely the Rockefeller.
Yeah, that's a classic.
Yeah, I love the Rough Riders logo though.
Ooh, yeah,
I used to love that R.
Double R on it.
Yeah, man. I loved it all, man, to be real. But if I had to choose, it would probably be the G-Unit one, because it was so innovative when it came, when it was
the
spinning.
spinner joint.
That
Yeah.
was shitty.
wild,
Yeah, I was
No
shitty.
limit. No limit.
Oh, No Limit was
No
hard.
limit.
Actually, ooh,
That's
right with the
Death
truck,
Row.
right?
You can't forget
there it
Death
is.
Row.
So no, I'm
There's so many great
God
ones.
forgive me. It's definitely G-Unit, and then my second would be the No Limit Tank.
Yeah,
Without
No
a
Limit Tank
doubt.
hard.
Tank
Without a
is
doubt.
bro.
Facts.
It's a great
People forget about that
conversation.
one.
They
Yeah.
forget about
Yeah.
that. That's
Yeah,
a great
that's
conversation.
like, because there's been so many great ones.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you even go to the newer ones now. I think the OVO one is dope because you got the owl.
Oh,
yo,
yeah, one is
yo.
fire.
yeah.
The
Shit,
new
son.
ones, let me see. New ones, I like YG's Foe. I love the 400. I like
Mustard's got the giant mustard.
when he first came with
The
that.
Michigan?
He said, "Oh, he busted. He
the
busted."
shitty little mustard little joint, that was ridiculous. Surf Club, actually, their official logo is nuts. So I'm fucking with that. The homies got nice pieces, man.
What you got on right now?
I have on a color piece, which is my label, my brand, Colored ENT.
Love it.
A push piece,
hard.
but this is not
Shit
for
blind me,
audio
bro. I ain't
push.
gonna lie, this shit
This
blind
ain't for audio push. Well, you know, it's forever audio push, but this actually is a brand that I'm like a part of and helping build and establish, which it stands for push. I mean, puff it till something happens. But it's a card company, cards, dispos, et cetera, et cetera. We got X amount of licenses going crazy. People be wondering like how I sustain at different levels, but I've been building a nice amount of different brands. And then, you know, we got a little Cuban. This is probably my favorite, though. It's this lion ring. I'm like crazy about the movie Lion King. It's so spiritual, and people don't even realize like the movie is actually spiritual. You don't even gotta read the Bible. Just watch Lion King. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like Hakuna Matata and all those different things. But
I mean, it's so related.
So I love the lion and I love jewelry, man. I love nice stuff. You feel me? So yeah.
That's right. That's right. Price is here. Loved your corner store freestyle, man.
Thank you, bro.
I love what the homies are doing over there, man.
Facts.
Really, really
Shout out
dope.
to them.
Dope
Facts.
platform. Dope platform. And you went crazy, man. You got personal on that joint.
Had to.
Yeah, you went out there and you know, you let people know what time it was.
Yeah, and I'm gonna do more of that. You know what I mean? On this one, when I gassed on my Hunger Flow freestyle, I really wanted to just talk shit. You know what I'm
The
saying?
swag on the Hunger Flow freestyle was
Yeah.
exactly that, though. I like that energy.
Yeah, I wanted to
Hunger
talk
Flow
shit. I knew the corner store was one of my not first, but you know it's gonna be one of my like intro freestyles. So I wanted to just set the tone. You know, when we do another one, I got so much to talk about.
Right,
you know?
right.
Yeah.
Anybody call your phone after that and say, yo, bro?
Nah, because everything I'm saying is true.
Facts.
Yeah.
But sometimes people don't want all the truth.
Nah, facts. Shout out to my brothers though, because I mean, people like Travis and or people that I've worked with like that. First of all, just so we clear, everything that I've like co-wrote with Travis or been a part of with Travis wouldn't be a thing without Travis.
Absolutely.
Like Travis is the brain. Travis is the genius. Travis is the creative god. Like from any record, like literally the beat would be there. I wouldn't have came up with where the record went.
Right.
It's him with the melodies. It's him with the energy. It's him with all that. Him with a lot of the direction. And then I'm a wordsmith though, which a lot of my people know. So then that's where I come in with just helping facilitate those things. But Trav is at a level where I can say I write for a lot. I actually write word for word for a lot of artists that I won't really say.
Yeah.
Because they're not at that level.
Right.
So, you know, Travis is at a level where you don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
It's like Kanye. It's like you got Consequence and all the homies that run around and let you know verbatim. Like,
That's actually funny you brought up Kanye, because I was about to ask you, do you see some similarities in Travis and Kanye? I'm just talking about from the genius standpoint of just making music and composing and shit.
always. I mean, because listen, I know Travis from, I worked on Blocka with Travis, which is one of the first like big songs he put out with, I think Pusha T was on it.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been knowing Travis since 2012. He used to be knocking on my door when he first started calling himself LaFlame, waking me up and shit. I'm like, who is it? LaFlame. Like, that's really my brother, man. That's my dog. So I got to see his development as far as just a creative, all of that. And it's always been obviously inspired by Ye. But see, Trav is the type of dude where like, when he's inspired, he's like really inspired, and he almost like embodies it to a whole different level. But then it becomes his own thing. So, 100%. I think I haven't been in that many rooms with Ye, but to me, Travis is like unmatched. You
Right.
know, so
One
I
of a
can't
kind.
even.
One
I
of
can't
one.
even compare him to Ye because he's different. Yeah, Travis, him.
You mentioned that Revolt, you know, get down with Nipsey. Did you say in game or gang?
Yeah, in gang. Yep.
Gang,
in the
right?
Gang, yep.
What was that situation like? You know, that experience like going on Revolt like that?
Crazy, man, because it was in the beginning of like when Revolt first dropped ever and hit the scene. We were the third video to ever even play on Revolt. Like Revolt aired on TV.
Yeah.
The first video was Biggie. The second video was this like shit that didn't even have words.
Right.
And then the third video,
Yeah.
the third video was Shine. We were the third video to ever fucking play even on Revolt. So we were so like embedded in what they were building and doing. And then our first times performing on Revolt was with Nipsey. So it was us, all the homies, you know, all the HSA 7 homies, B-Mac, Kemp Money, Hit Boy, whoever, all the homies, you know what I'm saying? And Nip, rest in peace. James Fauntleroy, you know, legendary.
moment,
Big, huge moment, you know?
At this point in your career, are you considering signing with a major, or do you just like the independent route?
So I just was signed to Motown, man, before they kind of like, I don't know what to call it, but before it like fell back in the Capitol and kind of like,
Right.
you know, fell, just crumbled a bit. I don't want to say crumble, but it's like no other way to say it really. But
Right.
So I
So
was
much
over
going
there.
on.
Yeah, I was over there for about a year. Shout out to Ethiopia. Shout out to Sean Barron.
Good people.
Yeah, but definitely shout out to Ethiopia because she allowed me to get out my deal without a question. Like it was no fight, and she's the one who signed me.
Okay.
But I was at Motown. It was a learning experience because I didn't been signed to Interscope twice, so that was my third major deal in my lifetime. And I'm not opposed to doing it, but I really am like focused on building my leverage. If I do another major deal, I want it to look like 21s. I want it to look like Drake's new deal. You know, and it don't even got to be the amount of money. But when I say I want that control and that freedom,
Yeah.
that's what I want more than anything.
It's important. It's so important, man.
It's very important because when I want to sell some shit to an NFT or if you know what I'm saying, if I want to do an album with Just Incredible where it's just like we're doing the whole album and
Right.
I don't have to kind of go through nobody to ask no questions.
Right.
So that's I'm on the fence about it, man. It's just I'm really focused on just working
Yeah.
and building my leverage. I can't stress that enough.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Who's your top 3 producers, man? Top 3, either that you've worked with or just that you've been a fan of over the journey.
Ooh,
Let's do three, you know, icons, right?
that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, let's do that, and then I would like to hear 3 that you got your eye on that you know either you're
Yeah,
working
thank
with
you
or-
for that.
Yeah.
Because all right, so if we say iconic, my 3 most favorite iconic producers is definitely like Pharrell, Timbaland, and Hit Boy. Because Hit Boy is an iconic producer at
Fuck
this
yeah,
point, which
fuck
is
yeah.
fucking awesome to say. So Pharrell, Timbaland, and Hit Boy. But on some like the homies
Yeah.
and people that I'm seeing and shit. Hit Boy, so unfortunately he takes up another
Yes,
slot.
sir.
But I fuck around, won't even give him another slot. But I might have to. But the homie Camper is so incredible.
Okay, shout out to Camper.
Camper is incredible. I'm gonna say the 3 Ninjas because it's Mike and Keys and my guy Mars. They're like a conglomerate now, so I get to bundle all them up in one, which is fucking dope. And I'm gonna say the homie Audio King, which he's like up and coming.
From out here?
He's from IE.
Okay.
But he did Bay. He co-produced Bay for
OT.
OT.
Okay.
But he's so much bigger and better than all of that. Like Audio King is incredible. So I would say Camper, the 3 Ninjas, and Audio King. I know I'm leaving somebody, but who knows? Who cares? That's
Quick shout outs though. I like that.
that's who I'm like. If I gotta create albums with anybody, it's gonna be them.
Love it.
And
Love
Camper's probably my favorite, if I could say.
it. He's going crazy. Shout out to Camper.
Camper's
Shout out
nuts.
Camper.
Shout out Camper.
Yeah.
You recently said when everything starts clicking together,
Yeah.
the run's gonna feel like the Drake run.
Yeah.
You know what does that zone look like for you?
Yeah. It's crazy because when I said that, I didn't realize it was going, you know what I'm saying, be such a thing because I've been getting hit about it a lot. But to me, Drake is one of the greatest artists other than Michael Jackson. Just as far as like, and that doesn't necessarily mean music and like all that versus like the career wise.
Yeah.
And it's how big he is and his run and the
Amount of hits back
Come
to
on.
back to back, man.
consistency and the quality.
Even when people would think it's a slow time for him, he still got 6, 7 of them things on the radio and all of them in the
Come
club.
on,
And he
bro.
might have more in the club.
Exactly. Like, and he mastered the ability of, like you said, being in the club, but then having shit like Tuscan Leather, you know, having the records that like,
On the B-side joints.
you feel me? But they A-side. When your B-sides is A-sides, that's the shit I want.
That's the
Well,
run
that's why,
right there.
That's why Drake has the line that's like, this shit not for the radio or something like that, but they'll still play.
Play it, though.
Yeah,
Is that
they'll play
Drizzy
it,
Drake
yeah.
flow?
Like, so for me, because he has that type of power and then also didn't like swindle the power, I think of him like I think of LeBron. And even though I'm a Kobe diehard, Kobe's the greatest ever to me.
Talk to him.
You feel me? Ever, but to me, if I have to be real and deal with stats all across the board, on and off the court, it's LeBron. You ain't heard no crazy shit about LeBron. You don't hear about him cheating on his wife and because whether he is or not, it's not hitting us.
Right.
You're not hearing about him like fucking with drugs or doing no wild shit. And it's like the same with Drake. You know, the worst thing that we ever got from him was he had a kid that he just didn't want to tell nobody about. And it's like, that's
Like,
awesome.
So crazy that like that was taken so
Negative.
negatively. Like, yeah, man. Like
The
there's
only-
a personal space and then there's a professional.
Come on, bro.
Pro space.
I will say Drake had one of the biggest, craziest rebrands, you know, out of any other musician ever, and it totally worked for him. How
Facts.
important do you think rebrands are for artists? Like,
Very.
Have you been going with something? And
I had to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I brought it up.
Yeah.
You've done it and you've been successful at it. Right?
Yeah.
So, like, how important and at what point do you say, yo, it's time for a rebrand?
That's the part I want to hear. too.
Incredible
Yeah.
freaking question. First off, another reason why I really love Drake like I do is because I genuinely watched Degrassi when I was young.
Crazy.
So when I was like 13, 14, I'm talking about watched every episode, how everybody was on Watch Your Honor and Power every fucking week. I would watch Degrassi every time. And I seen the episode when he got shot, everything about him, to where the last episode when he rapped. And I was looking like, hey, this nigga can rap. Even though it was on the show, but he gassed on the show.
Yeah.
Then segues to MySpace and drops brand new. I've been following bro since then when he was repping Surf Club, you know,
For
so
improvement and all that.
all that, you know, and so to being in Toronto with him, me and Hit Boy, and really getting to feel his energy, being in Soto before it closed, and yeah, getting so much game from him. His spirit is through the roof, you know, like that's why I could, like, use him as such a guideline almost, because it's like I said, on and off the court. But to me, the power of rebranding is very important, because sometimes, man, like you can get attached to things that you might outgrow and might not be as big as where your journey is actually like set to be. And so the time on when it is
Your heart and gut, probably.
yeah,
right?
that's really questionable, and it's a little subjective. But I think, like you said, it's all heart and God feeling. Like, you got to know when it's time. Like, for me, when it was like, okay, I'm going solo from Audio Push, and actually, Octane went solo first. Like, he dropped his first solo stuff first. So
Let's be clear. Let's be clear. Shout out to my man,
Yeah,
Octane.
shout out to
Which
Octane.
makes it easier for you.
Yeah, which it was like, oh, bet. Let's play.
up.
Let's get
It's
it.
up.
It's up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so
We want the best for both.
for
Everyone,
sure, that's
but-
my brother. I play the game with him every day, damn near. So it's my dog. However, it's like we make music. This is what we do, and this is a competitive thing where only one person could be number one.
Right.
So it's like, and for me, being in the group Audio Push, I always had to tell half of my story because we're a group. So I can't take a whole interview and talk all about me and my journey. I have to like break things down in half. I have to, like, my dad and my mom, my experience, like I said, my family, all are diehard, real Crippin' at high levels. I've been thinking I was a Crip since I was 5. You know what I mean? Jerking and all. When I first got my deal and we would get boxes of clothes from Interscope, I would take them to my hood on 2nd Street and put the boxes in the middle of the Rennies and just let people get clothes, kids and shit get clothes. Like, we was, you know, I was in the trenches then, you know, but at the same time, we always just had a bigger calling. So for me, it was important to like rebrand Colored ENT. When I started my label, 2 years from starting my label, I got a major deal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then the label, Colored ENT, it's about everybody. Like, when you think about a crayon box, it's multiple colors in a crayon box. Like, I ain't black. You know, you ain't white. Like, niggas ain't, you know what I mean? We all colored, if anything, you know what I mean? And so that the purpose of even building the brand was just to create a new level of unity.
I love that.
You know what I mean?
It's crazy how sometimes it just be that simple, right? People always think it's aggressive or it's an argument or it's beef. Sometimes it's just strictly like, man, I got this energy that I just want to get out.
Period.
And I want to tell 100% of my story
Period.
my way.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Because that's what art is too.
Yeah.
And that's another reason why I was looking forward to sitting down with you today, man, and speak a little bit more, because obviously, like you said, it is subjective on the rebrand moment, and
Yeah.
but it's scary, right? So
Very.
when that little, you know, demon gets in your head a little
Yeah.
bit, speak a little bit about that moment and your process of knowing, like, nah, man, like, it's right now.
Exactly. I love that, bro. I think what's important is knowing your intentions and being intentional.
Yeah.
You know, and one
Well
thing
said.
about me is I pride myself on being an effective communicator. I'm okay with having uncomfortable conversations.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, bro. I'm very
What's
transparent.
your zodiac sign?
Sagittarius.
Sag, okay. It's funny. Earlier I said he got to be a Virgo. He just got to be a Virgo. I'm a Virgo. I'm a Virgo.
No, but are you up on it? Like, do you know?
A little bit. I mean, I know about Virgos and I know how the fuck I am, and I just feel like me and Price have a lot in
like
common.
this. I'm talking about.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. I don't be knowing shit about horoscopes.
Right.
Like, last time some girl said some real shit, and I'm like, all right, maybe it's true, because I was up at Soho House with some girl. I was just talking to her, and she's like, "Yo, what are you?" I was like, "Aries." I was like, "So what the fuck does that mean? What are you gonna tell me about me?"
Right.
She's like, Oh well, you guys are very like you get in your thoughts in your mind and you think it's something when it's not, but then you make it up in your head. I'm like, damn,
That's
Right.
that's the
fuck-
kid.
Could be that.
I was like,
Nah, facts. I don't really know much about like as far as like the in-depth stuff about the zodiac world, but I am a Sagittarius, and like I was saying, I pride myself on just being intentional and an effective communicator. And so what made it easy when the negative voices would try to speak and say things is that me and my brother or whoever I may have like with Hit Boy, we've had uncomfortable conversations, you know what I mean? When certain things, when he talked about the story on Academics where someone stole from him and he was like insinuating one of the homies brought him in, I was the homie that brought in the dude who stole from him. You know what I mean? Yeah, and then even at the HSA 7 house, I used to have a lot of people in the house.
Yeah.
You
I
know,
pulled
and
up
not
a
even
couple
in,
times.
you feel me? And not even in a blast. I used to sneak blast in the house. Blast used to not even be able to go upstairs. He used to be in my room. It was plenty of artists like that I was just doing my best to like expose to something bigger and greater than what they were doing, because everyone from fucking Frank Ocean and Jill Scott would pull up to the house. So I got my homies that's in the hood that's literally like in shootouts on Thursday, and I'm like, fuck that, bro. Just pull up here and come just get a different experience. So unfortunately, you know, one of the homies
Made a
he
bad
made a
decision,
bad decision,
huh?
right?
Damn, I
And
didn't
that
know this.
affected all of us. However, it was a moment where like the word around town is like, Hit Boy ain't fucking with Price.
oh shit.
And I'm like, huh?
Like that was all in the eye.
That was just not even in the IE, just in around our like pack of people and
Okay.
people that we would know and shit. And I'm like, this is my brother. Like, fuck all that. So I hit him. Like, bro, you know, let's get on the line, man. Let's chop it up, man, because he means the world to me, bro. I done slept on his mom's floor. You know, we didn't have so many moments. He took me to Toronto. Like, out of all the homies he could have took, he took me to Toronto with Drake, with him. So the last thing I'm going to let happen is, like, any tainted shit be poisoning, like, our relationship, especially some shit that I ain't do or reap no benefits from.
Right.
You know, and so we had an uncomfortable conversation that got us to our brotherhood and where it is now, which is unstoppable.
Strong.
So
those conversations make you even stronger, man.
so yeah, with me, bro, I'm able to make every decision that I make so easily and sleep like a baby at night because I know I'm not snaking nobody, I'm not backdooring nobody, I ain't fake. I don't
your
play none
side of the
games.
street is clean, bro.
Bro, my ain't no smut.
What about forgiveness? Like, were you able to forgive the homie that did that foul shit? or-
I mean, unfortunately for me, because I didn't play the position Hit Boy played in it, so it was easy for me. That's why me and Hit Boy weren't having the best relationship at that time, because everyone had cut him off. The guy,
yeah.
everyone, like it was like a dark cloud on him.
Right.
And so for me, I was like, damn, I don't want to just completely cold turkey, bro, because people kill themselves over stuff like that. You know, and I love both of them. They're like, you know what I mean? So for me, I definitely was able to have like a level of understanding and forgiveness from, but I didn't okay it. I don't like it. I didn't fuck with it at all. I was very vocal about that.
Yeah.
Very vocal about, yo, until you make that right, like our relationship could only be X, Y, and Z. But like Hit Boy, you know, I couldn't tell him how to feel and receive it. So even when he did have to take some time and kind of fall back from the homies a
have to
bit,
let that be.
I gave him his grace and just full support, because I ain't play. He handled it better than me. I would have been trying to whoop some ass.
Yeah. It's
I'd have
tough. It's tough in that moment, man. I've been there before, recently, actually, where something, you know what I mean, comes up missing, and it's just a hard thing. And it goes back to like what you were saying, B, about your mind just plays tricks on you.
come on.
You don't know who the fuck to trust.
Come on.
You don't know what the fuck to think. How could this happen? And
Yeah.
I mean, I'm so glad to hear you guys have gotten stronger and been able to
Facts.
bridge everything and let love prevail. But it is a tricky situation, and
Very.
sometimes the lesson in that too is you got to just watch who you bring around and how you keep
100%.
the circle.
100%.
You have
Circle
to.
tight.
We want everyone to come in, and like you
Yeah.
said, your intentions were pure.
Yeah.
And one mistake, man.
I mean, literally changed the trajectory of like our whole movement. You know, literally changed the whole movement. But like it was a learning lesson because we was young. You know what I mean? I'm 21 at the time, maybe 20,
Yeah.
22 or something. you know, it's our first time at this level of anything.
Yeah.
So it was definitely a learning lesson. Everybody can't. What Nipsey say? Circle getting smaller. Everybody can't go.
Yeah, they can't go.
That's the
They
realest
can't
shit
go.
ever. You know what I mean? And I had to learn that the hard way. But that comes with life, you know. Like sometimes you're gonna have a couple scabs.
Yeah.
And it's like it's up to you to just keep looking at the scab every day or like keep it moving, you know.
Right.
And then I'm big on like I don't ever feel bigger than the program. So I like if I know I did something wrong as a man, I'm okay with proving my loyalty, proving like, nah, I'm not that, you know, I'm far. So I was like feeling indebted to my bro, and even any of the homies that like had to feel any negative from that. You know, I did it. I made it a very, very intentional thing to be like, let me make sure my energy moving forward is like you said, nobody could say nothing in no rooms.
Right.
You know, and I have to prove that.
I think having this conversation with you today and a couple small ones leading up to this
Yeah.
conversation, I think that you know how pure your intentions are.
Yeah.
You know what you bring to the table, both
Facts.
professionally, as an artist,
Yeah.
and as a homie, as
Yeah.
a brother, as a father. You know, and sometimes when you're so good and pure that I'll put myself in that category, and everyone in this room, we all have that similarity. You start to almost like, well, why the fuck ain't it happening then? Like,
Right.
why is this happening to me?
Come on now.
And you said it. You said it's just the scabs that come with it.
Come on.
So, you know, as your brother, I'm gonna stay on your line, and I hope you hold me
Vice
just as
versa.
accountable.
Oh, please.
Because we need those reminders.
Yeah.
Because the shit don't happen fast. It don't happen overnight.
Nah.
You've been rapping since what?
Bro, I've been rapping since I was like 5, literally 5. I was recording songs at 8, on tape and shit, you know. So I've been signed. I got my first deal when I was 17, 18.
Yeah, man.
31.
Yeah, man.
Well, I'm actually 32. Excuse me.
32.
And I don't lie. You know, we don't do the line about our age or all this shit. Nah, I'm 30. I just be always forgetting.
Right.
But I'm 32, man. And
It's the age we forget. 'Cause
we
I'm-
want to
I'm
forget.
30
We're like,
yeah.
yeah, that's
I'm
like,
turning 33 next month. Yeah, so like,
Yeah.
that's,
Yeah.
that's
This
where I'm
the
at. So I
age
be
right
forgetting.
here.
I'm like, I don't know. I'm like 30 something. Bro.
yeah,
stay
exactly.
30 forever.
Yeah,
man.
because
Really
I mean,
does.
because for real though, I was with my homie DJ Moore Millie, who was like he's Jimmy Iovine's nephew and one of the greatest managers ever, fake work. But I went and met with him at Javier's. And he just kept telling me how good I look. Like, yo, you look so good. And he manages a lot of my peers at the time who look terrible, and they're my age, who look awful. And he's like, bro, you just look like you're just getting younger. Like, well, and I'm like, shit, I'm living, bro. I'm happy. I meditate every morning. I take conscious decisions. Like I stopped smoking weed, which I'm not quitting. I'm not never going to not smoke again.
Right.
But like I told myself, I'll start smoking weed again when I have the most money I've ever had in my bank account.
Yeah.
I don't even know what that number is, but I do know what that number is. So, things like that, man. But I'm big on, bro, just the journey, man. Because I know where I'm going. I know I'm going to be number one.
Absolutely.
And when I am, it's going to count. All these breaks are going to count.
Yeah.
I'm going to be able to, be on the Hungerful album with 20 million monthly listeners, so it counts.
Let's
You know what I
go,
mean?
let's go.
That's what I'm
I
on,
can't
bro.
wait,
Yeah,
bro.
facts, bro.
I can't wait.
So the only way to hinder that is to get my mind off the mission, worrying about all the bullshit.
Yeah.
What you're building here, bro, you don't even have no time to focus on none of the bullshit or the scabs because you're really building something so tangible, scalable, and sustainable.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, that was no, I ain't got no time for that.
That's right.
Yeah.
Price is here, man. Thank you for coming through,
Thank
bro. We
you.
can talk all day, man. Thank you for
literally.
blessing us with the Hunger Flow freestyle.
Facts.
Amazing.
We got that
Let it
out
grow
right
too,
now.
Bro. Let it grow.
Yeah,
Thank you,
for
King.
real, man.
Thank you.
For real, bro.
And I thank y'all, man, for the opportunity. The only thing I do want to shout out is the nonprofit City Cares. We feed the homeless in San Bernardino every
Dope.
Thursday. Breakfast burritos, orange juice, coffee. Sometimes we switch it up. We finna start doing one fish fry a month. And San Bernardino is one of the top 5, if not guaranteed, top 10 most poorest
Yeah.
cities in the country. You know what I mean? And so it's so much high level of
You
homelessness.
said
So
it's called what? One more time?
City Cares,
City
City Cares
Cares.
program.
City Cares.
And we
City
out there
Cares.
every Thursday, all in the name of my cousin City, rest in peace. And that's really one of my biggest, the homie Lil Rance for 1500. When I told him the name of my nonprofit, he said, nigga, that's the biggest hit you ever wrote. Nigga, City Cares,
Fire.
that's the biggest hit you ever wrote. I'll never forget him saying that.
Also love to see, people that are doing pretty well for themselves out there in the community trying to make better lives for other people.
Yeah.
Oh, facts.
You
No
only
doubt.
gonna get that back too. So.
Man, listen, I got people who you know, on paper, because I'm, you know, on paper, I'm from somewhere, like I'm from a gang, I'm from a hood, you know, I've been from a hood forever, whatever. But so I got on paper enemies that are in the city that I feed every Thursday, and it's a risk being out there, you know what I mean? But at the same time, like when you really doing the work of the Most High, you gotta live like that Malcolm energy, that fearless energy. You know, Farrakhan ain't
Salute to
scared.
you, bro.
Yeah, I
Big
appreciate
salute.
y'all.
Big salute.
And I thank you just for it, man, bro. You don't know what it means to me, bro, to get that text like, yo, come up here. Man, my lady, everybody in my world knows how fucking geeked I was and I am.
Wow, thank you, man.
And I'm here, Hunger Flow, Just Incredible Podcast, man. Wouldn't rather be nowhere fucking else.
Damn, that's big love, bro. I got chills,
Yeah.
man. Thank you.
Yeah.
Big shout out to you, bro.
My
I
family.
appreciate you,
And
man.
I don't want to keep the homie waiting. I ain't gonna say his name out there.
Yeah,
But he's
yeah.
one of my favorite rappers from the West doing this shit right now. Let's not keep him waiting no fucking longer.
Let's do it. Thank you. This is the Just Incredible Podcast. Foo is out right now. Run them streams
Let's
up.
go. Run
it up.
We got Price here. I'm Just Incredible. Peace and love, y'all.
Yeah.
Just incredible.
Hey yo, just incredible.
You don't know, eh?
Keep winning.
Yes, sir. Hey, thank you to everyone who watched this podcast. The music you're hearing, that's provided by LA's own The Eastie Boys. If you enjoyed watching this, please hit the like button, drop a comment in the comment section, and while you're there, tap that subscribe button so you can subscribe to the channel. It would mean the world to me. There's more content just like this, and trust me, a lot more on the way. To keep up with me off of YouTube, follow me on Instagram at Justin_credible or my TikTok. You can just search Watch Justin Credible. Thank you so much for watching.